Hello everyone, I'm here to present you with my July book haul, and I went a bit crazy. So if you saw my reading vlog from July, you'll know that I went to a book fair, and that's always dangerous. Always very dangerous. So I'm just going to show you the books and kind of tell you about them. They're not all from the book fair, some I got just from, bookshops. Okay, let's get started. First on the list I have Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. So I found this for a hot $4, so I picked it right up. So I have the whole Mistborn, first era, that trilogy, which I have yet to read, but I just have a good feeling that I'm going to enjoy this series, so I want to have all of the books. I'm currently reading Elantris, so I'm getting into the Brando Sando, and so far so good. But I can't wait to get to Mistborn because apparently that's the shit. Moving on with more high fantasy. I got books 1 and 2 in the Lightbringer trilogy. I thought it was more than 3 books. So that is The Black Prism and The Bloody Knife. They don't match, but close enough. I've been hearing a lot of good things about The Black Prism from different booktubers, and now I just really want to get into my adult fantasy, so hells yeah. And because I had the whole trilogy for really cheap, I picked up some more Brent Weeks books. I haven't read any of his stuff, so hopefully I like it. This is the Night Angel trilogy, which consists of Way of Shadows, Shadow's Edge, and Beyond the Shadows. It's about an assassin, so that should be fun. Let's kill some people. And because I found it cheap, I picked up God's Grave by J. Kristoff. I've yet to read Nevernight. I've read the first snippet, but then I had to return it to the library, so I just plan to marathon this, especially with Dark Dawn either about to come out or already out. So I also picked up Queen of the Tealing at the book fair. This is just a high fantasy, kind of in between YA and adult, so that's kind of good for me. Heard good things. I'm really loving my fantasy lately. Then I also picked up The Lies of Locke Lamora, because people have been raving about this, and when I even bought it at the bookshop, the cashier was like, oh my god, good choice, you're gonna read it? I was like, yeah, I've heard good things. So people in real life as well as on the internet are recommending this, so hells yeah. Then just as I was finishing Name of the Wind, I decided to pick up The Wise Man's Fear. I've heard this one's not as good as the first one, so that makes me a bit nervous, but I'm really keen to see what happens with Kvothe, because especially the blurb on the first book, there's things mentioned that don't happen in the first one, so I'm excited to see what happens here. I did find I wasn't as into the end of Name of the Wind, but that's because I think I was just trying to finish it and I wasn't really in a good place. But yeah, I know this will be a long read, and hopefully Mr. Rothfuss can come out with the last book soon after I read it. I also picked up The Immortal Crown by Rochelle Mead. Oh, it's really shiny. Which is a series that didn't get finished, which is really sad because apparently sales didn't do so well. So I've already read this at the library and I was like, look, I want to buy it. I enjoyed this more than the first book, Game Board of the Gods. And it ends on a cliffhanger, so it's really frustrating that there's not going to be more books. She did say on her blog somewhere that she might self-publish it at some point, but it's been many years since the release of this and I feel interest has fizzled out for what there was. Yeah, so 2014 this was published, so 5 years ago, still no follow-up here. The next two I picked up are companions for the Partholon series, I want to say. It's The Divine by Mistake by PC Cast, and these two are kind of spin-off / continuations. I'm not sure, they follow different characters, but on Goodreads it says they're part of the series. So we've got Elphame's Choice and I'm going to say Bridget's Quest. So I'll probably reread that series and then get to these. When I first read it I was a bit but I wasn't as into high fantasy then, so I think I need to give it another go, because in retrospect I was actually yeah, that was pretty cool, man. Some others I picked up Brooklyn by Colm Doibin. I don't know how to say that name. So I saw the film of this and I'm very intrigued to read the book. Although I fear this might be a case where I enjoy the film more, but it's very short, so it shouldn't take too long. Next I picked up A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. They never have this at my library and I've heard good things about this. I've only read one other Libba Bray book and that was Beauty Queens, which wasn't really my cup of tea. but this seems to be very different, so hopefully I'll like this. Another book I picked up is Rain the Earth by A.C. Goggin, something. And this is something I've kind of like seen around but never really like been too bothered about, but I figured it was really cheap and it sounds like it could be something cool. It's like a desert magic kingdom story. If anyone's read this, let me know. Let me know. Next, I lucked out and I found like some books in the Outlander series. So I didn't actually end up finishing reading the first book because it wasn't the right time for me to read it. But I do plan on reading it again soon and finishing it. I love this show, so I'm hoping the source material is going to be just as good, if not better. Ooh! And I'm pretty sure these aren't in order, but we have Dragonfly and Amber, Voyager, Drums of Autumn, and The Fiery Cross. These are mass market paperbacks, so they're like tiny and like thick boys. So I don't know, I might just have to carve out like 2-3 months to go and read these. Depends how fast I fly through them, but we'll see. Okay, and I also picked up Landline by Rainbow Rowell, however you want to say it. And I've only read Fangirl, which I did not enjoy, and I started to listen to this on audio, but the CDs from the library were scratched, so I never got to like finish it, so I think I might just read it with my eyes, which is preferable to me anyway. And also it's pretty. Oh no! I bought this new and like it's doing like a little laminate peel up. I might just like, ooh, is that dirty or is that just the cover? I don't know, I'll take care of it. I might do a snip and then like clear nail polish to seal it. I also picked up The House on the Strand by Daphne du Maurier to add to my classics collection. So I have read Rebecca by her, which was very interesting, like kind of thriller, gothic thing going on. But this is like seems like a bit of a different story. It's about this guy who can travel. Let me read this. He can travel to the 14th century and back, and he kind of gets addicted to traveling back in time, and he tries to change history and stuff, so I really want to read it. Next one is like something you've probably all heard of before, which is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This is just something I've walked past many times, but after hearing some good things from my friends, I really want to give it a go, especially just there are times where like motivation is a struggle. So this seems like a self-help kind of book that's not going to suck, I hope. I also picked up The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Yep, nailed it. This is a big boy. I'm not gonna lie, although the reason why I picked this up is because it's being made into a movie. Also, I've heard some good things. I don't know too much about it, but I kind of want to go into it like that. And I picked up this gorgeous copy secondhand of Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Knocked my glasses there. I've heard some really good things, and recently some not so good things, but I want to see what I think about all the stories that people talk about. So this is gorgeous, and I'm gonna read it at some point. This is a book I've kind of heard about just a lot in general, and I want to read it, and it's The Magicians by Lev Grossman. First of all, I love this cover, and it's about like magic school and stuff, and it's an adult book, so I am looking forward to reading some more adult books because I want to mature my reading taste a bit, especially because YA can be really hit and miss. Sometimes it like hits the mark, sometimes it's a bit too naive and childish and it's just roll your eyes, cringeworthy. But hopefully some of these adult picks I've picked will do me good. Alright, and so now I'm being a bit of a basic bitch, but I picked up The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. So I did like Milk and Honey. I can understand why it wouldn't be everyone's taste. I just kind of like the simplicity and how kind of graphic it is about things that you don't always hear people talk about. And yeah, I've been wanting to like pick this up soon. I think of her other poetry book, and so this is like a felty like hard cover with like deckled pages, and it's beautiful, and it was only $10 and I was like yes please. Another book I picked up, I've already read and I just wanted to own it, is The 1000th Floor by Katherine McGee. I was gonna say Katie McGarry, like that's someone I knew in my childhood. Anyway, This is just such a fun, like, fast-paced, trashy sci-fi Gossip Girl, and I really want to continue with this series. Let me know what you think of the series as a whole if you've read it, especially the ending. Because the ending of this one was a whopper. I was like, oh boy. Oh no. I did not cover my book. It's alright. And last book I have to show you is Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I adore Colleen Hoover. This is another one I've already read that I just wanted to have in my possession. So I did that, and I don't know when I'm going to get to reread her books because I still have so many to catch up on, but this is one that was just like, couldn't put it down. So let me know if you've read any of those books and what you thought of them and how your book buying is going, because mine is getting a bit out of hand. I do not support this. Live within your means. Don't buy too many books because it is stressful. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.